Do your daughters ever criticize your outfits?
Oh, yeah. No, one of my daughters has the same birthday as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence. So if you imagine like those two blended.
A few moments later.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
This woman is absolutely deranged. She decided to go on Seth Meyers, knowing that all these eyes and ears on her, knowing that everyone is going through everything she's ever said and done with a fine-tooth comb, whether it's in the past or the present, and sat up there and said that her daughter's birthday was the same as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence. Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence were born on August 15th. All right. None of her children were born on August 15th. Not only that, none of them were born in August. Her daughters that she alluded to, she said was born in August. Well, they were born in September, October, and December. But somehow she says this. Like, how would you know when Napoleon's birthday is? How would you know that Jennifer Lawrence shares the same birthday? And I actually have tea on someone else who has the same birthday that I'm going to show you in a second. But this is all set up when they go to these late night shows where they give these canned answers. They know what they're going to talk about. They have approved questions. You can't just come out of the pocket and ask them something. Like, it's all set up. It's all planned. So knowing that they were going to talk about was her outfit ever criticized? I don't think Seth Meyers just came up with that. I think this was planned just so she could lie about her daughter being born on the same day as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence. Like, and then she tied it into how their birth, because of that combination of being like Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence, that's why her daughter would criticize her outfit. Huh? What does Jennifer Lawrence have to do with it? I'll show you a clip again. There's a couple clips. But first, we got to take a look at Ryan, because he told this same lie. Now, this was in an interview he gave for Variety back in December 9th, 2024. So last year. This was a few weeks before they came out with the CRD complaint, the New York Times article saying Justin Baldoni did all this stuff. We know it was lies, saying that he smeared her. When, like, during that process, you have him actively lying about something so, like, nonsense. It doesn't make sense to lie. It makes no sense. Just like her lying on Seth Meyers about it doesn't make sense. Now, it's with Andrew Garfield. This is the same man that he made out with to recreate the kissing scene in The Notebook. He's done this multiple times. He's done it with Conan O'Brien, and they film it and make it dramatic. But while Ryan Gosling is getting an award, right? He's up there getting an award. Ryan Reynolds and Andrew Garfield are at their table making out to take away the shine from Ryan Gosling and distract and create a joke and a funny moment. There's a whole deep dive we need to go into with him and Ryan Gosling, her with Margot Robbie, as well as now Jennifer Lawrence. But take a listen to this. It's just quite deranged. And when you think about that, he made out with this man that's interviewing him, it's just grotesque.
I have 4 kids, and I need to really start working on those wounds.
Start getting them. You start setting those arrows.
Where's the weak spot? The 5-year-old? No weak spot at all.
Oh, wow. That's a weak spot.
Born on the same day as Napoleon. And it wasn't until 6 months ago where she realized that she was like, I can't, I was born on the same day as Napoleon Dynamite. I was like, I'm sorry, what? She was like, Napoleon Dynamite. I was like, no, Napoleon Bonaparte. Not the Utah dictator, the French. I have 4 kids, and I
Okay, so now we know it's Betty that they're lying about. The same one that seems like the alcohol. They say Blake Lively's alcohol brand, Betty Buzz, Betty Booze, is named after Betty White, but it seems as though it's named after their daughter. They named their daughter after the alcohol. I don't know. It's very weird. But so now we know it's her because she's the 5-year-old. So they lie. So when Blake is saying that her daughter criticized her outfit, the 5-year-old is doing this. And because she's like Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence, which I'm not understanding, he's tying it to she thinks it's Napoleon Dynamite. Why would a 5-year-old know about Napoleon Dynamite? Like what? Like, she's looking at Dora the Explorer, and kid stuff. What child knows about Napoleon Dynamite? We know they expose their kids to a lot of inappropriate stuff. They have them do inappropriate stuff. We know about the Deadpool thing with Inez, getting her to say the sexually graphic lines about Hugh Jackman, her father, and then between herself and her father up to 500 times when she didn't want to do it. But now he's making this joke about Betty because she's like a dictator and born on the same day as Napoleon Bonaparte. So it's the same lie they're both telling. So I'm assuming that Blake got that lie from him and just thought no one would fact check it. Like, this is how delusional these narcissists are. But it gets better. Now, I couldn't figure out what is the bone she has to pick with Jennifer Lawrence, or why would she bring her in and tie her to a dictator? Like, when her 5-year-old is criticizing her wardrobe. 5-year-olds don't criticize your wardrobe. They think everything, mommy looks beautiful. 5-year-olds don't know who Napoleon Dynamite are. And it doesn't even matter because your child was not born on August 15th, nor born in August. But listen to this.
You're gonna have to get used to me, sweetheart.
Blake Lively jokes that, quote, they made a bad decision after reports that she supposedly beat out Jennifer Lawrence for the infamous role of Serena van der Woodsen on the CW hit series Gossip Girl. The show's co-creator Josh Schwartz recently told Vulture that the Oscar winner almost had her big break playing the stylish Upper East Sider, but the role eventually went to none other than Blake Lively. When THR caught up with Lively at the Four Seasons Los Angeles in Beverly Hills on October 10th, the actress joked that she's still not buying it. I take it with a grain of salt and think, wow, that would be really interesting if it was true, but I wonder if it's true, so I shouldn't comment on it. But if the rumors are true, Lively says, boy, if she did, they made a bad decision. Although Schwartz can't remember whether or not he saw the tape in question, he claims the mother star did audition and really wanted to play the part. This story came to us secondhand, but we were told she definitely auditioned and was bummed to not get it, he said. As for Lively, she next stars in the Mark Forster-directed All I See Is You, a role that required her to break through some personal boundaries and push her artistic choices. Playing a blind woman who regains her sight while facing marital turmoil, the role required...
Okay. So she doesn't know if it was true of Jennifer Lawrence, if she beat out Jennifer Lawrence for the role. So she has no comment, but, to try to like downplay, well, that was a mistake. Maybe you should have taken, I guess, Jennifer. I don't know. It's bizarre, but it's almost like she feels threatened by Jennifer Lawrence. And this came out 7 years ago. This interview, as you can see the date, it says 7 years ago. So it wasn't making sense to me. But then now let me show you this. Ben Affleck was born on August 15th. Huh? Is this why she knows who all the stars or anybody famous was born on August 15th? Is that she was researching Ben Affleck? Because it's alleged when she was doing the movie The Town that she cheated with Ben Affleck while he was married to Jennifer Gardner. So he was cheating with, she was cheating with Ben Affleck. And we've seen Jennifer Gardner kind of make like quips about Blake Lively, even when they were filming the latest Deadpool movie, which Jennifer Gardner was in, where she compared her to Methuselah, which I have not had a chance to actually do that whole video. But isn't it bizarre that this same birthday is shared with him? And I'm thinking that's the only way that she knows this, or Ryan knows this and researched it, because they couldn't know all the birthdays of all these different celebrities and then tie that in. It's just very bizarre. But then again, they like to lie, and she likes it when he lies. So this is an article that Blake Lively gave, I want to say back in, let me go up. I'll just scroll up. I had to make it really big so you guys can see it. This was... this was July of 2017. Blake Lively is awakened. The actress talks sexism in Hollywood and raising fearless daughters. We got to get into that at some point, not in this video because it's just too much, but here they are, the two narcissists, delusional people. But this is what Blake Lively had to say about Ryan Reynolds back then. She laughs. And she's talking about Ryan. He may as well work for the Inquirer. When he says my daughter, he's never talking about her. Everything is a completely made up scenario. He'll run them by me sometimes just to make me laugh. But oh, I'm so in love with him when he writes that stuff. I mean, I'm in love with him most of the time, but especially with that. So she's in love with him when he just lies and makes up stuff. And in particular, when he makes up stuff about their daughter. Huh? So whenever he might as well be the Inquirer, meaning like a tabloid that just lies and just makes up things. When he says my daughter, he's never talking about her. Everything is a completely made up scenario. Sometimes he'll run them by me just to make me laugh. Who laughs about their husband making up lies and just lying about different scenarios that never happened, but then laughs when he's making up things about your daughter? And this seems to be one of them that he made up. And now you've taken it a step further and added in Jennifer Lawrence. But then that birthday also ties to the man you've been alleged to have an affair with, Ben Affleck, when he was married to Jennifer Gardner. And did you tie in Jennifer Gardner because you want to sneak diss her because there was a claim that she could have possibly gotten the role of what is her name? Sabrina, whatever, on Gossip Girl. And you thought that you were really beating her out at that time, but she went on to be the much bigger star, getting Oscars and being celebrated as an A-list actress while you are at the bottom of the D-list, probably Z-list after this whole lawsuit. Who is so in love with someone who just writes and makes up lies? And it's to the point where, look at this, he doesn't just lie, he writes it out. He writes up the fake scenarios to create these lies. So it's not just off the cuff. This is like premeditated lies that they're going to tell on purpose about their daughter. He's going to tell about his daughter. But if he's doing it with that, of course he's doing it with everything. What is going on? We need some therapists to really dig in on this because this is absolutely deranged. What is going on with their children? Like I said, the whole Deadpool thing, now the daughter Betty lying about this. Like, what is going on in that household? Guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Shout out to you guys who leave comments and let me know of things that I'm missing or I didn't see. That's how I even found out that she lied about the birthdays in my first video. And then someone else said, tied it into, did she mistake it for Ben Affleck's birthday? And so then I looked it up and I'm like, oh my God, Ben Affleck's birthday. Then someone else said, that Ryan Reynolds lied about the same thing. So I appreciate it, you guys. I try to comb through as many comments as I can, especially when I first post the video. So that helps me, do more research. You guys are doing a lot of the heavy lifting to help us content creators. So it means a lot. But make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell. I have a lot more coming out about Blake Lively. I mean, it can go on at this point for years, because of all of how deranged these people actually are and all of the things that they have done in their past and the present that are diabolical. But anyway, I will see you guys on the next one.